Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Claire Poisson, and thank you for taking the time today to listen to my speech to Persuade on gun control. Gun control is imperative as it helps prevent devastating outcomes such as mass shootings by limiting and restricting firearm access to the youth and individuals. Gun control is a set of laws or policies that regulate the manufacture, sale, transfer, possession, modification, or use of firearms by civilians. The following arguments I have chosen to discuss in my speech to Persuade in order are: fewer guns mean fewer crimes, you should not have the right to own any gun you want, and gun control does save lives. In order to explain why fewer guns mean fewer crimes, I have gathered up some gun statistics to prove this point. Did you know that America owns 46% of the 857 million civilian-owned guns worldwide, with America also owning more guns per capita than residents of any other country? This has led the US to have gun-related homicide rates to be 25 times higher than any other high-income countries. I will now be providing you with gun statistics on countries with stricter gun control policies, so you are able to make the comparison yourself. Let's start with Australia. Australia introduced a nationwide gun sweep in 1966 after a mass shooting located in Port Arthur, Tasmania, killed 35 people. Since 1996, there have been no records of a mass shooting in Australia since. Both Japan and Singapore rarely see 10 deaths related to gun violence per year, with even having as low as 1 death in certain years. To put this data into perspective, the US has had 110 mass shootings since 1982, which is an outrageous tragedy. The next segment of my speech to Persuade will explain the different types of firearms, automatic and semi-automatic weapons, and why you shouldn't be legally allowed to own any gun you want. Firstly, I will be explaining the difference between an automatic and semi-automatic weapon. An automatic weapon is a firearm that loads another round mechanically after the first round has been fired. A semi-automatic weapon is a firearm in which you have to apply pressure to the trigger for each successive shot, as it will not continuously fire on its own. In New York, the possession of classified assault weapons are banned as of 2013 under the New York State Act. However, any citizen who previously purchased an automatic weapon before the New York State Act was introduced are still permitted to keep them in their possession. From 1982 to 2012, statistics show that 3/4 of gun-related crimes in America, the weapons were obtained legally, with dozens being automatic weapons. Furthermore, I will be explaining into further detail why and how gun control saves lives. If I haven't yet convinced you on how gun control saves lives, I am adamant that within this next segment of my speech to Persuade, I will do just that. In South Africa, after strict gun laws were introduced, the country's gun-related deaths went down by 14% between the years of 2000 to 2005. In Australia, after implicating a nationwide gun sweep and strict laws in 1996, the country has not had a single mass shooting since, and gun-related deaths have also decreased by 14%. Not only is America failing to decrease their gun-related statistics, but the US actually reached a peak in 2017 with the highest record of gun-related deaths since 1968, with a total of nearly 40,000 people being killed. I acknowledge the opposing side to my argument on gun control and understand that the Second Amendment was created for our rights to keep and bear arms. However, these statistics clearly state the importance and imperative of gun control laws. To conclude, I believe it is absolutely imperative for all countries, and especially America, to enforce strict gun control. There is no doubt that by doing this we are saving lives, and the statistics prove this. Did you know that Stephen Paddock, who was responsible for the Las Vegas mass shooting that took place in 2017, obtained all of his weapons legally, which included over 20 assault weapons? My question to you is, how many Sandy Hooks, Columbines, and Las Vegas shootings do we need to have before America decides that our gun control policies need to change? Because if these statistics don't change your mind, I'm not sure what will. Thank you for listening.